Welcome to Trading Lounge and the European indices for Wednesday, June 8. This is the IVE here, the low volatility S&P stocks, and it's pretty simple to see here from the low. We've got 1, 2, 3, and ABC here for 4. We could rearrange that and put this wave 4 over here and look at this as 1 with an ABC here as well. But in both cases, we're going up further. Okay, so that means that that other markets around the indices and so on will be pushing higher as well. So that's on that side of it. With the Euro US dollar here, and in relationship to the DAX and the US dollar, we've been looking at this in a couple of different ways, but in a nutshell, an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here up for wave 4. And we can look at this as wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for the A wave. It suits the US dollar index, and the A, the B, and the C wave here. So in a nutshell, we're looking for, we'll come back and have a look at this when we do the FX, but we're looking for wave one more move to come up through here for this. Okay, so if the euro is going to push up, that means that the DAX will also push up as well. So in a conservative count, also based on the low around the 10th here, but in a lot of cases in the US, it was either the 13th or the 21st that was the low. There's two different types of patterns that we're tracking. Anyway, we can look at this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1, and then here we can look at it for an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave for wave 2 here, and up for 3 and 4 here. And then 1 and 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third wave, fourth wave, and fifth wave. So there's a couple of different ways we could count it up here, but I think in both cases we need to consider the market moving up, and we are now starting to see, in line with the euro, we can see that we've got a nice wave 1 and 2 here, and a nice wave 3, nice and strong, nice complicated messy wave 4, and the wave 5 is a little bit messy here. I'm not sure, I mean, normally I just sort of look at that either here being wave 1 or the top here, but it looks like there's some sort of top coming into play here. There may be another little top coming in here, but what will become a bit obvious is an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave. So the Euro US dollar will be going through this as well. So the trick here is that let's just assume for the moment that the market has got a top in. It may not, certainly may not be the case. It might be just doesn't quite look right. But even if there is another little wave to come in at the top here, don't chase it. What we're waiting for is the A wave, the B wave, and the C wave. It should be a reasonable size. It should be bigger than this here, and then pushing up at that point. But it will leave you exposed on that B wave top there for the safe trade to the upside. You could also buy the pullback here too at the 50-60%. Let's just say it starts to come down here, and you go, oh, that's come. If it goes below here, then you know that, or comes to that point, then you know that we've started the ABC pattern, and then you can grab this low and that high, and also look at the 50-60% retracement level area here. And if you wish, you could also look to start your buying process in here. And if you don't like to buy on the low, then look for the closest largest number. So it might be the 550 in this space here, and then you might be able to use a little because obviously it's got some meaning here. So if it does come down into the box here, you might be able to see a little classic trading levels pattern here, and you may not be able to figure it all out, but if you get the high there, that will be very helpful in terms of having a safer trade to the upside. Safer because when that gets triggered here, then you put the stop under here or under here, depending on how you like to look at things. But that top being taken out sort of helps, you know. It's a bit like taking this top out, or even that little move there, that top out, or one even inside of that, or taking the B wave top out here, that type of thing, you know. So anyway, this 5 waves here should produce a little ABC and then another push to the upside. So yeah, and that will be in line with the Euro US dollar. And also for the stock 50, it depends on how you want to count this, but also here the same I won't go into a lot of detail, but I'll just have a look at this little structure. It's got the same messy little top here, but yeah, same thing. We just look for that little ABC coming back, and if you can't figure it out and you can see the market's down here, well then just just take the top out at that point if you can't get this one over here. And also have a look at the levels here, because we've got number 8 here, so it can pull back to that. That's about the 61.8%. So you could buy it in a dip down here, but then you could also like look at a classic trading levels pattern on 10, 20 and 30 and build in through there, because that's what group 1 is for. So 10, 20 and 30. If you get support on top of 30, then you'll go to 50 at that point, the next level. So between 800 and 900, it's just the Fibonacci numbers, 1, 2, 3, 5 and then 8. So 1 is the strongest number, then 5, then 8, then 3. And this 3 here, this 30, is the top of group 1. So you can also look for a classic trading level pattern on top of that. There'll be the arrival, the reaction, first high above the level. It might be quite small at this point because of where we are within the structure, but that's the other place to add to this here. The market will run pretty quickly to 5 after that. And then you can do the same thing at 5 as well, where 5 is in here, the 50, the midpoint. Do the same thing, but obviously there'll be something here, but you do the same thing again here if you wanted to build in. And sometimes you need that nice space between trades to to get some clearance on things. Otherwise you're just sort of getting a bit top heavy if you get too close all the time. But if I was trading up through group 1 here, I'll try to get 4 trades in, one at 8, 10, 20 and 30 here, and then add on to the 50 and then get out of the next largest number if I'm short-term trading, that is. So that's that. The FTSE will also have a little push up. I'm not going to get involved in that at the moment. There's too many highs here. The other ones will run a little bit better. They've got the freedom to run where these old highs here will think, but we're just looking for, we'll let that play out, and we'll take that from there. Okay, so over to the US dollar index here. We're looking at well, we can look at this in different ways. This one really neat. We could put wave 1 just here if we wanted to, or we could put it down here, but it doesn't really matter at this point. We have rallied into our target area here. The question is that, are we done and dusted here? And I had a bit of a look at it. We could also put wave 4 here, but because the other indices have made a move, it's probably likely that we're looking at, if I can just copy that, it's probably likely we're looking at wave 1 here and going back for wave 2. So I'll just leave it at that, but what I would like to say that if it does move back up here, then that will be the top of the wave B at that point. But otherwise that is 5 waves here, so that means that you can also look to go short under this low here. Now under this low here, you might be able to get there'll be an ABC on this one here on the wave 2, so you can get the B wave short if that's there. And then of course you can also look to add under that level, and we'll be moving down. Now this move here, we could probably count it up as 5 waves, but it suits much better as a corrective move to the upside. So, and this here, I did look at it. There is space for it to have a wave 4 here and move up, and this wave 1 can also sit over here too if you pull that apart, and put this here and then look at it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, and this would be the 4th wave and so on up to that point. But because the other markets have made a move, then I'm going to assume that we need to look at this as the impulse wave here. And we should see a bit of a rally on that. How far it goes back and how quickly this moves up it's not the fact that this is, well, partly the fact that this is down here, but it's normally how quickly that moves up when you're looking at a rally. If this could move 2 or 3 times as quick as the price moving up, and then that it's a corrective rally at that point. So it's the speed of the stochastics that is also the interesting point about that. But when we look at the euro here, it's the same thing here as well. We've got a nice little 1, 2, 3, 4, or maybe an A and a B and a C for 4 here, 5 here. So it's kind of looking like that, but I don't think that we should go long unless we're on 72 here. So we're currently in group 2. So we're at number 8 here, so 65 and 72. And you can see 72 is playing a bit of a part here. So I think that all said and done here, just to be sure, let's just wait for for this market to give you the first high above the level, and you may be able to get an ABC out of that and get a better position, but otherwise take the top out at that point or the second high. I'll leave that at that. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.